Hey everybody, and welcome to Adventures with Peps. Today we are returning to a long overdue project, my Necromunda Delaque gang. That is how I am pronouncing it. We are going with Delaque. If that's wrong, it's wrong, but that's what I'm going with. So we're starting off with pallid bone, which is going to be used on his skin. Now, if you haven't guessed, I primed it white. I planned to do a pale skin tone, so I felt having a white base coat made the most sense, and then the other colours I'm going to use will probably work best off a white, so I didn't bother with a black undercoat at all. So as mentioned, the skin is going to be a pallid bone, and if you look at the model, you'll notice it's not on a GW base, it's actually on a Warlord Games one. The chances are high that I will never actually play Necromunda. It's a sad fact. I just don't have anyone to play Necromunda with. And it's not a game I even want to attempt solo. It's not something that is going to happen. But I do plan to use these in Judge Dredd as a rival block gang. Maybe they could even be Soviet assassins or something. They're going to end up in Judge Dredd. They're slightly taller than my other gangers / the city dev that I've got in front of me that I'm looking at. Might pop up a picture, but I'm not too worried. You can put it down to some weird genetic trait. If I make up a rival block, I could give them a backstory. Maybe they're a block that weirdly creates taller people. I don't know. Just making up as I go along, to be honest with you. But the future goal is to have all these painted and start using them in Judge Dredd as a rival block gang. Now, this is truly going to be a test run. I just grabbed some colours that I thought made sense, and I'm just going to slap them down in this video, and if it works, maybe I'll do another video of me painting the rest of the gang. But for now, we are just trying to see what's going to work. So pallid bone is going to go on the head, the hands, his belt buckle, and then he has these coat buckles as well, which you can now see I'm picking out. I have the finished model in my hand. I really like it. I've said that a lot with my models. I do enjoy painting with speed paint. Has actually come out a lot glossier than I expected it to. But when the summer finally hits here in Canada, I plan to get some matte varnish and varnish all my figures in one hit. That's either going to destroy my collection in one foul swoop, or it'll get rid of the glossy shine. It's weird how speed paints come out a lot glossier. I assume it's the medium that makes them flow better. But as you will see later, the brown coat that this model is wearing, it has quite a shine at the end. It's not like the worst thing in the world because it is a leather jacket, but it does bother me enough that I would want to matte varnish it. So I'm pretty sure we got the pallid bone stage done. Let me just spin it around. Look at that. It's already taken shape. It's weird. It's weird. I had planned to talk whilst painting this model, but I had a terrible head cold at the time, so we're having to do a voiceover instead. And it's weird to try and fill the air and pretend that I'm like painting along with the video. So up next is the Grim Black. This is a pretty quick stage. Basically going to do all his belts that he has on his jacket, and then we got some armor plates too. I'm going to avoid the guns for now. I'm going to do them in a different color, but these little belt buckles, they're very hard to see where one begins and one ends. I actually cock it up right now. I instead of actually painting the buckle, I paint underneath the buckle, so I'll have to go back and fix that in a minute. It's super annoying. I notice it right here when I'm like, well, why doesn't that line up? And I'm like, ugh, god damn it. And then I just have to paint over. These are glorious models. I have a box of Goliaths sitting nearby as well that I've got to work out They're so bulky looking compared to the Judge Dredd figures. They're going to look a little bit weird, but maybe they could be cursed earth mutants or something. I don't know. I'll have to work it out. But that's the future me problem. It is a shame. I love Necromunda. I so enjoyed... what was it originally called? Confrontation. That was it. I remember picking up the White Dwarfs and seeing the artwork there. And then when the opportunity to get the Necromunda with the original plastic models and the cardboard structures came out, I bought that super quick. And I have so many memories of like summer holidays with my mate playing Necromunda. Had a Delaque gang back then. Also had an Orlok gang. He had a Van Saar gang. I'm trying to think. Probably between us we had a ton of figures. It was ridiculous. Also had a Ratskin gang. But yeah, there's something about Necromunda. I love the setting. If the figures were a little less bulkier, I'd probably use a lot more of them in Judge Dredd. But we're going to have to play it by ear. I'm definitely going to get some of the animal stuff that they've been releasing. Like the alligators, the ripperjacks, and the new one, the mutant rats. I think they all look so cool. And I think they'll fit perfectly in Judge Dredd as like weird creatures running around the board during the game. But I think that is enough of me waffling on for a little bit. So let's skip forward whilst I finish off this black. So off screen we fixed the white on his belly. And then I grabbed the Gravelord Grey. And I'm going to pick out anything that technically should be metallic in this colour. So he's got his little knife in his hand. I'm going to pick out his respirator unit, the gun, stock and barrels, and obviously the pistols. And also his little ear headset that he has. This is quite a fiddly stage, because obviously I hadn't let the black fully dry. So there's some areas later on, like this respirator tube and the respirator pack on the back. They're next to some black, so I've got to make sure it doesn't bleed. Luckily, they're both dark colours, so it's not the end of the world if they do bleed into each other. But I want to try and be as neat as possible. I don't want to have to be fixing up too much with this model. And with all the details pretty much blocked in now, apart from the gun casings, I'm going to start working on the largest colour of the model, and that is his greatcoat. It's going to be a nice dark brown. I'm using dark wood from the army painter. This is where it starts going a bit glossy on me. I also realised that I probably should have done this first, because the goddamn head, it looks great, so I don't want to mess it up, but there's tons of white inside his coat that you can see that needs to get brown on it, so I have to be real careful not to mess it up too much. And then I'm going to slowly go around, got to take my time here, patiently cutting around his belts, any buckles. There's so much detail on a model that didn't look that detailed when I first picked it up, that I am now like, I should have done the brown first, because then I could have tidied it up if I make any errors. But now if I make an error, it's like I've got to tidy it up, then repaint it, and then hopefully not mess up the paint again and just go around in this weird awkward circle. But yeah, there's something about dark wood. It's probably one of my more used colours in the set. Slaughter red is always a go-to colour. And then this colour, dark wood, is very popular. And I really enjoy the orange that came in this set. They are some top colours. I haven't actually tried the 2.0 version. I just haven't had a reason to pick it up yet. I'm still working through my original base set. But I do feel probably some point this year we'll have to pick up some more colours, so I'm going to have to go visit my local hobby shop. But yeah, look at me, I'm so focused I was sneaking into the shop for a bit there. But making sure I'm going with the sweeps and folds of his greatcoat, watching out for any pooling as best I can. I think I pretty much succeed. But as always, the goal with these is to have something that will look good from 3 foot away, and then something that I can also revisit when I just feel like painting for myself and not showing off on camera. I can just grab a model, pick up some paints and just do some extra layering on it and start building up the prettiness factor of a model. And while we're doing this coat, this is probably a good time to do all the boring stuff like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. If you are still here and enjoying the video, I'm going to do this again. Drop a orange, an orange fruit or an orange coloured thing in the comments below. First person to do that, I'll pin at the top of the chat. Little fun thing to do. But yeah, remember to hit like and subscribe. It really does help. Also, if you can watch the entire video, that would be amazing. I'm trying to get my watch time for the 4,000 hours. That's a lot of watch time, to be fair. You don't actually have to sit there and watch me or even listen to me. You can put me on mute if you want. Just let the video play out. It would be much appreciated. And yeah, what else is going on? I managed to unlock Super Thanks, so that's now an option down there. I've also unlocked the membership thing, so I just made a silly membership level where you can just buy me a cup of coffee and I'll stick you on a thank you screen at the end of the videos. Yeah, that's about it. This channel's just ticking along nicely. I think this year we're heavily going to be leaning into getting the backlog painted. I want to finish the Imperium magazine off. I want to get the Necromunda gangs that I own all painted up. And then I really want to push hard on Judge Dredd, ABC Warriors and Slain. I actually placed an order today with Warlord Games because they got 15% off. So I bought all the ABC Warriors that I hadn't bought so far. I also picked up another box set for the Slain set. I think I got the villain pack. So we got a few of them coming along. And off to my left, so on the camera as you're looking, it'd be off towards the bottom of the screen. I've actually cut out a bit of space in my office and set up a game table. I've got terrain on it. If you're interested, let me know in the comments and I'll take a photo and share it in the community bit. But I've probably got one more 2x4 board to base coat and kind of make look like a cityscape, and then we can start playing some more Judge Dredds, get further in that campaign, the starter booklet. And then also I've got the video for Slain coming up where I try and make a terrain board. I've got enough pieces for a 2x2 board, but I just need to start. I've made one piece completely now. I just need to record another piece to show the step-by-step. And then hopefully I can start doing some Slain battle reports. Maybe a how to play as well, like we did with Judge Dredd. Did think of doing one for ABC Warriors, but the rules are very similar. There are some changes, but I don't know if it's enough to warrant a whole series. We'll see what the future brings. And then, of course, the computer games on the channel. I just finished Lego Star Wars, so we've gone into Fallen Order. Jedi Fallen Order, is that what it's called? So we will have so much content flying out. I do appreciate the 10, 20 of you that are constantly checking in on me. I do honestly appreciate it. And all the guys that have joined me over on the Discord, that is very much appreciated as well. It truly means a lot. It's nice to have people to chat with about hobbies. This can be a little bit isolating now and again, as I'm usually sat in my office painting alone. So having people that I can randomly talk with, especially when I'm at work, is it's nice. It's getting me back into the hobby properly. It's a lot of fun. So cheers, everyone. Right, we are on the final stage with the brown still wet. We grab the Slaughter Red and I start covering the gun casing in it. This will be the final stage before doing the base. And this red just goes on so lovely. It's such a good colour. It's a nice dark red. It's going to drop nicely into the shadows of the gun casing. And as you probably saw in an earlier video this week, I did a Space Marine bolt gun with it. I love painting guns red. There's just something about it. I think it's just how weapons should be in the future. They should be bright, they should be bold, they should be colourful. None of this silly real life stuff. This is escapism at its best. So what have we got now? We're going to probably leave it here, and I'll do some glamour shots. And I do appreciate you for stopping by. I hope to see you again in the next video soon, and until then, cheers for watching.